and welcome to Kevin Reviews Something Every Day for July 28th, 2009. Today I'm going to be reviewing Duncan Jones's new film, Moon. I don't have anything for the actual movie, although I do have a giant poster with an eagle on it in front of the moon. That'll now be my backdrop for this film, because it's set on the moon. Ignore the eagle. Moon is a relatively recent film by Duncan Jones. It's kind of been making the way on the festival circuit for a while. Got limited release and now has wide release, relatively wide release. One of the two theaters in Grapevine is playing it. The expensive one, unfortunately. So I paid more than usual to go see this film. I'd heard a lot of really good things about it beforehand. A lot of good reviews from various people without very much about it. Unfortunately, I'm going to be one of those reviews that doesn't say much about the movie. Because it's one of those things that, if you're going to see the film now, in the days, see it without the spoilers, it's better that way. I managed to stay relatively spoiler-free before viewing it, and that's good, that I was able to do that, because it's a relatively small film, and the story is kind of important, and it's not something that you want to just give away. It's important how it develops and what happens in the movie. Which I should say is starring Sam Rockwell, plays the lead character, who is a miner on the moon. And that's about all I can tell you without giving too much more away. However, downside of that is I did figure out a lot of what happened just from... I saw one trailer and I read... Did I read a review? I don't even think I read one review. I've just seen kind of bits and pieces. I've actually managed to try and stay spoiler-free. And so I came into it with very little, and yet I still managed to kind of figure out what was happening before the main character did. Before Sam Rockwell's character, whose name was Sam in the movie, so that's one of those cases. I figured it out before he did, which was, good, bad, whatever. The film was very well made, very simple. And simple is often equated with bad, but I don't think so in this case. It's very straightforward, but it tells a good story. It's very much a human story, even though it takes place on the moon in the future with space and robots. It's not really a robot, there's a computer played by Kevin Spacey called Gertie. But other than that, generally there aren't... that's the majority of the cast right there. It's definitely a performance of Sam Rockwell. The movie is about his performance and his story, and is really good. And if you focus on those aspects instead of the sci-fi elements or the kind of the mysteries, the surprises that come along, which again I saw coming, it's good. The elements aren't necessarily original, but the portrayal certainly was. Sam Rockwell did a really good job. There's a lot of really good special effects in this film. Most of them I could figure out, what was being done, but a lot of stuff I couldn't. One thing that is done probably for budgetary constraints, because it was a very low-budget film, relatively speaking, is that they were on the moon, but they had Earth gravity, which, yeah, I'd go with it. It's not like it's going to take you out of the film at all. Although I did think about it occasionally in some of the big, long panning shots around. That being said, I enjoyed the film. One thing that makes me laugh is that I always understand this was sort of an indie film. It made the festivals, went to Sundance, things like that. Not that Sundance is terribly indie anymore, but I was watching the credits, and this had a huge crew on it, which surprises me what it takes to make a film with that sort of stuff now. When you look back at someone like Robert Rodriguez, who did El Mariachi with no crew to speak of. It was him and a camera and some actors. But it's a good film. I don't know that it'll go down as a classic in science fiction, which is it feels like it wants to be a classic, but not necessarily in a pretentious way. The director, Duncan Jones, said he kind of wanted to fit in with like Aliens or Outrunner. Alien, not Aliens. The first Alien movie. And I can see some bits and pieces of that. I don't know if it'll stand the test of time or not, but give it a shot if you happen to be in a city where it's playing. So that is Kevin Reviews Something Every Day for July 28th, 2009.